In this video, we're not going to get too far into React syntax. We're just going to use the create React app package to create a basic one-page React app. We're going to look at the files, make a couple changes, and then deploy that basic React app to a standard web hosting account. So I have the React.js website open here. I'm on the Create a New React tutorial. So if you go through this is going to walk you through creating a new app. Now, we're going to use the package called Create React App. And if you don't have that already, there's instructions on installing that here. So let's just walk through this together. So I'm just going to use my terminal here in Visual Studio. And I'm going to sudo and then run that Create React App install command. All right, and now that that's installed, I can use the Create React App command to create a new basic app. So I'm going to use this command here to create a basic React web application called My App. And basically it's going to set up our React development environment and give us a one-page React web application to start with. All right, so that is now complete. Now, that process took about 5 minutes on my computer. So now that that's done, I'm just going to change my directory here in Visual Studio. So I'm going to go right into my app. And let's just take a quick look at the new files we have. So we have our node modules folder. We have a public folder and a source folder. We have our gitignore, our package.json, and a readme. So if we take a quick look at our package.json, it's just got the name of our app, version, a bunch of dependencies, and information on how to get the script up and running. In our source folder, we have a series of CSS and JS files. The primary file here is index.js. This is what kind of gets our app up and running. And then in our public folder, we have an index.html file, a bunch of favicons, and a couple other files. So let's clean this out so all we have is the absolute bare minimum we need to get a page up and running. So I'll just take out the robots.txt. We'll clear out the favicons, as those are not mine. They are just React icons. All right, if we look at our index.html, we want to take out the reference to our favicon for now, and our logo. And for now, let's take out this too. And I can delete that file. Okay, so this index.html file is basically going to be used to display every page in our React web application. The first thing React is going to do is going to load our app into this root element here. So if I go back to our index.json, you can see it builds our app tag and places that into our root element. Okay, let's take out our logo as well. So we have a logo.svg. We'll take that out. That is the React logo. And then in our app.js file, we'll take out the reference to our logo and the actual image here as well. take out this link. So all this page is going to do is basically say hello world. And I can save that. And now if I want to get my app up and running, I can go into that folder, which I already am, and just go npm start. And this will take a couple seconds. Okay, and then I can test my React app by going to localhost port 3000. So there is my hello world message. Now the nice thing is, once I have that up and running, if I make a change to my code, it will reflect that change immediately. Okay, and then the last step is, let's say I am done my application and now I want to deploy this to the web. So there's many options out there to deploy this. Let's just deploy this to a standard shared hosting account. So I have an account with a hosting company called Infinity Free Hosting. It is basic PHP MySQL free hosting. It's got a basic cPanel, but for the most part, it's meant to host standard HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and PHP. So let's just deploy that app here. So I'm going to go back to my command line, press Control-C to stop my development server, and I'm going to write npm run build. Actually, before I do that, one small change. When I upload this, here is my Infinity hosting account. This is my domain here. So I need to tell my React app that it is going to be deployed to that domain. So I'm going to open up my package.json file. And somewhere near the top, I'm just going to add a homepage property. And I'm going to deploy this to my Infinity Free domain. And I'm going to put it in a folder called React app. So I can save that. Now go back to my command line and run npm run build. And this is going to take my React app and build a production ready version of that application. And that's done. So you can see here now I have a new folder called build. So these three files here are basically my production version, my static folder, my JSON file, and my index.html. So if I'm ready to deploy that, I'm going to open up an FTP program, and I'm already in the folder here, so I'm just going to refresh. I'm going to go into my app and then my build folder. This is my production version of my application. I'm already in a folder called React app, so I can simply upload those files. And now if I go back to my browser and refresh there is my web page. Now, as I further develop my React app, I'm likely going to have my URLs change. However, I still want all traffic to flow through my index.html file. So the last thing I need to do is just include a simple .htaccess file that tells every single request to this folder to redirect to my index.html. So I've just got a link here that has information on deploying a React web application to a standard shared hosting. And what I need here is this piece from my htaccess. So I'm going to go to my build folder, create a new file called htaccess. That file starts with a .htaccess. I'm just going to paste this in here. Okay, and I want it to rewrite any requests to my React app folder. And I'm going to redirect them to React app / index.html. So if I save this and just go back to my FTP, refresh my file list and upload my .htaccess file. Now I'm not doing any additional pages at the moment, but just to test that out, if for example I create a contact page and go contact.html, that htaccess is still going to send that request to my index file, and then my index file and the rest of my React app can handle that routing and ensure that the proper content is displayed.